Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. 2020 Mercedes GT 53, and this is valid for the 43 and 53 version that has the 6-cylinder inline 3-liter turbo engine. This car came to us with a strange coolant leak, and I will show you that I found a weak spot. I've done this a couple times now, so there's a very stupid, I would admit it, I love Mercedes, it's my favorite brand, but when you see stuff like this, you have to admit, failures. So Mercedes, this is where the intake is supposed to be, of course. That's the intake. I was going to tape this job, but I decided not to because it was way over too complicated for someone to do it. It's not an easy job to do because of the reason that this intake sits extremely close to the firewall back there and on this side to the frame of the car, and I had to do a lot of finger little like very specific things to get some things out, barely getting my hand between the intake and this firewall, and I had to take this piece out. There's a trim piece, a firewall trim piece that was not easy to take, so I kind of forgot to do this from the beginning. But anyway, I don't think it's something that I would recommend that anybody does at home, but the whole point is, even if you can't do it yourself, and maybe this video is gonna be watched by a mechanic or even by the owners. This is specifically just for the whole audience of you guys. If you get a strange coolant leak on this side and it's kind of spraying down there around this motor mount and you can't see what's going on, it's going to be a very, very stupidly designed plastic 90-degree pipe that fits into this hole right there. It comes out and it goes into that direction there, and there's a rubber hose that comes out through the firewall and it goes down and it connects to it. And as you can see, this is the actual block right here into this fitting here. That's actually a high pressure fuel pump. Why it's there, I have no idea. It's in a really bad place also. So this is where this pipe fits. It comes out, then it makes a 90-degree here, and then you connect the other hose here. I don't know why Mercedes would decide that you can put around this heat a plastic pipe that's so, it's extremely important in this stupid place. And of course you have to get the intake out. That was not an easy thing to do. So here's the actual leak right here. It was spraying right in this area, right between the last 6 and 15 cylinder 6 and 5. And what it is, this is the hose that actually clips into right here. This clips into the firewall right here. This clips into the firewall. This is the one that clips into this, and this is the magical or stupidly designed plastic hose. So it fits. This fits to the block side with this bolt, and this mounts to the other side, and you connect that hose, and the other end of that hose connects to the firewall. The reason why I have this here, I put a cap with a zip tie, and I put another cap so I can blow air through this in a water tank, because I was testing this, and obviously, well, not in this case, not obvious for you, but you can see the leftovers of the coolant right here between the two plastic pieces. And yes, you guessed it right, this separation, or where they glued these two pieces of pipe, it has separated now. I don't know if it's melted plastic that kind of busted, or they used actually some kind of glue, but it is busted. It's leaking from here and it's spraying all around. Now, why would they would do this? This is almost, to me, this seems to be a intentional situation that they, someone, I would say the manufacturer of this pipe, I'm not sure whether this is Mercedes or not. I would give them the benefit of the doubt that this is probably not a Mercedes part, because Mercedes doesn't really manufacture a lot of parts. They buy these from external contractors, where they, different factories supply them with these different parts. So I'm going to assume that this maybe is from someone else, but the design is really, really bad. I mean, you can see two parts. Why they did this, I have no idea, when they could have done just one piece right here. I have seen this before on a bunch of German vehicles and sometimes on American vehicles like Fords. But specifically, I've seen this now. I see this on a Mercedes, the splitting apart of a pipe like this. And I've seen this on Range Rovers. They have another weak pipe like this, weak spot on a pipe that's connected to the water pump on a Range Rover, the supercharged engines, that actually blows up just like this. It separates from here, then it explodes. So, really bad design. Really stupid thing. There aren't actually many parts. It's just some bolts that I had to mark. You see some plastic, but not a whole lot of parts that you need to take out besides the intake. It's just that the intake, to take the intake, it's a really, really hard thing to do. And we had a couple mechanics refusing this job, and because they didn't actually, this car came from two other shops that they refused the job, and the customer almost went to the dealership. And of course, I told him we can do it, or I'm gonna do it. And again, sorry Mercedes, I love Mercedes, but that's a bad spot. That's a bad thing, bad design, a really weak spot on these engines. And actually, I believe these engines are installed on a lot of different Mercedes cars besides this vehicle, because now they're using 2 liters and 2 liter 4-cylinder turbo engines, and then this 3 liter 6-cylinder turbo engine on other vehicles like the 450 models. And the 350 on different models use the 4-cylinder 2 liter. So I'm sure that this problem is about to start happening. Maybe not a whole lot of vehicles have this mileage, because this vehicle has about 88,000 miles, and possibly this is the reason why this thing exploded. But again, we're going to start seeing this more and more, especially with the vehicle getting higher mileage. I guess not on a 3-year-old vehicle, but as you can see, this vehicle actually has that high mileage. I don't know why. Obviously, it was driven too much, and that's what happened. So be prepared, guys, and know that really badly designed plastic pipe that's going to explode. Also, another weak spot that we saw. We tried to order this pipe. So you're gonna ask me what is this? Well, guess what? This is an electrical turbo. I believe this turbo supplements the bigger mechanical turbo because of the problem with the turbo lag. This turbo supplies the other turbo to try to take care of the turbo lag. You can see online what turbo lag is. I'm not going to explain this. So yes, electrical turbo, but guess what? These are two coolant lines again. Why they did this one metal, where this is very, very well made metal pipe going to the turbo. That's how you make this indestructible. And then all of a sudden the other side is this tiny plastic pipe that goes in there. I mean, I just have no explanation why anybody would do this. And this plastic pipe is held by the same by the same bolt, and this aluminum pipe that goes on top of the plastic one. So that's even a worse situation. Aluminum and metal both pressing the plastic. So really badly designed. We actually try to be proactive and try to order this pipe from Mercedes, and guess what? It wasn't available as of January of 2024. They told us this pipe is in Germany, and you can guess that's going to take months to get it here, and we're not going to be able to change it for the customer. So unfortunately, we're just gonna have to leave this one. It's not broken, but assuming that the other one exploded, you can assume that this will probably explode. So if you guys actually have a chance, you're doing this job and you have a chance to try to order this pipe, please, just do it as a courtesy to the customer. It takes 5 minutes to replace this pipe, but it will save the customer from doing paying again the same amount of labor to do this pipe if that pipe explodes after the other one. Because imagine the scenario where this explodes, a shop does this job, puts it back in, and a month later this other one explodes. You can imagine the customer is not going to know, but it's just, I would do it if I'm here anyway. Probably in this case we have no availability of the part, unfortunately. So those are, I guess this is not a crazy thing. I haven't seen it breaking yet, but I would still say that's the main weak spot on this engine, that it's not in an easy place to replace. So be prepared, guys. Really, really weak spot. I'm going to make another video about something else in this car that owners should be aware, because it will create a lot of problems, because we have already seen cars with this situation. Again, please stay tuned and watch my other video on this vehicle. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and please subscribe. Thank you.